All right, let me add the one. Good evening, everybody. Make sure the one it says your mic is off. So I need to make sure. Let me unmute you. Unmute your mic. Hey Sharika, hey Tamika, we get started. I have a couple of more guests coming. Dewan. I don't know why it keeps muting you, but we're gonna, and it won't let me unmute you. Reggie, they're speaking to you. Reggie trying to set up like a whole workshop.
Well, I was thinking it might be better for me to link in for that way I won't, because we can't. Am I able to get your camera too?
You're in there.
Oh,
this is just showing us.
My bad.
Yeah, they see you, Reggie. That's how they saying hello to you.
How you doing? My bad.
Okay, for some reason, Dewan, now it is showing that your mic is open, but I don't hear you. Let me change. Right now we're side by side. Can you all hear Dewan on your side? It keeps muting her. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I know that it will work itself out. I can't figure out what to do when I try to. They said she has to turn her mic up. That's what somebody said. But Rashad and them said they only hear us right now. And then I have Dewan is an expert at this already. So this is how we're going to be doing True Feels Hurt from now on. I wanted to include you all in on our new way of doing things, because I want to get you all involved and I want other people to be able to share their stories with you. So good evening, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. This is True Feels Hurt, where we deal with the truth, no matter how hard it is, no matter how tough it is, no matter how difficult. I don't know. Dewan is still working on her mic. Her mic is on mute. Yeah, it said that, Rashad, but then it's not on mute anymore. So I'm going to check a couple of things on my side. Okay. Camera and mic. Yeah, it says I can't do anything concerning yours, Dewan. So I don't know. Give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry about this. Okay. I don't know. We're going to figure something out. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. In the pandemic, with all that has been going on, some of us are finding out that we don't really know the people that we've been dealing with. Or I have gotten some people to send me inbox messages and stuff talking about they don't like being with their husbands, or they don't like being with their wives now since they've had to be in quarantine. Now that's wild, don't you think, Randy? Like, they were okay as long as there was distance. They were okay with going to work all day long and being separated. But now that they have to spend time together, they are having an issue with that. What you think, Reggie?
I mean, I think it's kind of funny because a lot of times that it's almost like dating before you get married, and you don't spend that quality time with the person, so you don't get to know that person. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of things that come to fruition when you spend a whole lot of time with a person. You get to see the ins, the outs, the dark, the light. And so now, like you said, it's people used to having to work every day, and now they're at home in the house together all the time. And so that creates a problem, especially when you figure out that a lot of your things that you thought you were aligned with the person with, you're not aligned anymore. And so you figure out that you're both on two separate ends of the spectrum, and now you got to figure it out. So it's not an automatic formula or not an automatic result that you just call it quits because you can't get along with somebody.
Right.
It's where you have to actually look at yourself and figure out what you need to do to make it work. And I think that's on each other side. Like, you can't point the finger at the next person. You got to point the finger at yourself first.
Right. So it also during the pandemic or during the racial injustice that we see all over the world, people are stating, and my sister just joined, Nicole Henderson is on here, and I invited a couple of more guests. Hey, Nicole.
Hi, sis.
We had the one, but she was having some mic issues. So now that you're on here, it lets me know that we're not the fault of the mic issue. So here comes the one again. But right now we're talking about finding out you're not with who you thought you was with, or you're not friends who you thought you knew. You know, you don't have friends you thought you knew. Like there was a person that, and I'm just giving y'all all the scenarios that I've been getting. Somebody said that they didn't know that they're the white person that they, was spending time with. They didn't know that person had issues with race. And that to me is shocking, like that people are able to, I guess, pretend to be something that they're not. Nicole, have you learned anything about anybody during this pandemic and this the racial injustice? Like, have you found out something about somebody who you thought you knew?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Every day. It's been very interesting. Very.
Oh, it's terrible. DeJuan, can you hear us now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we're happy about that. So yeah, Nicole, you don't have to tell us names. Now we gonna give real issues. Y'all know Truth or Serve do that. So can you give us like a slight example, maybe, Nicole, and then DeJuan, I'm gonna jump to you for the same thing. Have y'all run into somebody who you thought you knew, but because of either the pandemic or the racial injustice, folks is coming out the closet?
I'll say in a workplace setting, it has been very different. I've received phone calls of apologies, and it automatically made me think, well, did you say something that I didn't hear, or because what are you apologizing for? Honestly, there's been apologies, and like I told them, it's not a personal thing as of now. But yeah, mine has been pretty rough in the workplace setting.
Oh, wow. What about you, DeJuan?
Girl, I am so disappointed in all of my Marine Corps groups.
That's what Rashad just said. He said, especially being in the uniform.
I mean, I am so shocked. I shouldn't be shocked because people are people, but I'm so shocked with all these get over it and all of this stuff as to why we shouldn't be doing a Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. I mean, it's been horrible.
Oh, Lord. I know some people were saying that people are asking them. Go ahead, DeJuan. Go ahead.
Especially in the Women Marine Association page is horrible.
Jesus. But what's I guess taking me aback or whatever is that how are people able to maintain these masks and hold them so long? Like, I can only pretend 5 seconds, because then the real me come out. Like, if I try to talk a certain way, I can only talk. Nicole, you remember we worked at the same place? We would do a test, and I had to try to make my mind think, okay, they want me to talk a certain way for 3 minutes in order for me to get my raise.
It only lasts so long. It is a mask for sure.
But
it's a mask.
The thing about this is the people whose masks are coming off, they've been hiding it for so long because they are pros. They were raised with that mask on.
It's almost like a functional alcoholic.
Yes.
So now we got functional racists.
Exactly.
So, and I'm looking at Rashad and what he said, you know, having spent 30 years in the military, I can tell you firsthand some of the stuff that I've seen in 30 years and how it's gotten better. But you have to almost look at now with the way times are, did it really get better or did they really get better at disguising?
Right.
So that's the whole thing now. And like you say, now for some of them, they can't hold the disguise anymore because there's only so far that will take you. And so a lot of people have been lately putting their foot in their mouths all across the span of whatever business, personal, whatever. And so now you just kind of sit back because, you know, it's like we say, whatever happens in the dark is going to come to the light. So it's going to eventually shine on them. And so now this is an opportunity for that to come forth. And they got to either put up or shut up. I mean, and they can't deal with it. So that's the issue now.
I think this is so terrible. I think this is terrible because, like Tay said, I see what y'all are saying. Y'all know I like to include y'all in. And what I'm gonna start doing is I'm going to start fixing it to where I can kind of click and show what you're saying. I think it's cool about this because I want other people to see, you know, what your comments are. But you know, I think this is really sad that we are finding out. I had a lady call me the other day for the bookstore, and she said she wanted to make sure that I was strictly Black owned, and she wanted to make sure that I had nothing to do with white people. I cannot be like that. Like my great grandfather died, got hit by somebody ran over him because of his love for Blacks. And so I cannot switch and be like, okay, power to the people, and forget that somebody else of another race sacrificed just for me to be here. Like when you put all of my family members together, Nicole is a witness. Dewan has been some of our family's function. I'm like I'm the lightest. They look at my mama and be like, "What the world, girl?" And so now these days, you don't know who is mixed with what.
Everybody.
We got so much in us, and so I don't know why it is that people have a hard time just loving one another, and we got to try to make it, because I don't want none of y'all trifling people to be in my corner. Like if something happens, like I need to know you, the real you, and I want to find out early about the real you. Right. You know what I'm saying? See, my cousin said that she confirmed it. I want to know the real you. My next question for y'all is, how do you deal with people that okay, say for instance, you have a friend that may give you a call and say, listen, now with this pandemic going on, I found out I don't know my husband. Or I found out I don't know who my wife is. Like we had a good time as long as we just had one day a week that we had to really be together. But now that we're having to be together a lot, like I don't really like them.
And you know what? That is the same thing as with people that have kids and they don't realize that they don't like each other until the kids leave and they're forced to be with each other. They stop dating. They start doing a lot of stuff together. They forgot that they were married to each other and were straight in a parenthood, and forgot the marriage part. And now they beginning to realize, and think about it, people grow through marriages. You're not the same when you've been in it for 10 years than you were when you first got married. And they didn't get a chance. They didn't give it a chance to grow together.
Nicole?
Well, for myself, Eric and I both have been blessed enough to be able to stay on our jobs, but I was at home for 2.5, almost 3 months. We've been together for 23 years, so you can imagine the things that we know and don't know about each other even still now. So just finding that time to reconnect. It's okay to still be learning your spouse. It's okay to still be learning that person, because you're never going to know a person fully. What I can recommend is me time is essential as well. You both have to have your time to have separateness there's still a thing as togetherness, but separateness in togetherness.
Mhm.
You have to have time to yourself to think clearly, to be a better spouse, to be a better mate, to be a better mother. We've taken on a lot of roles in this quarantine.
You know,
So,
some people don't like their kids.
It's different. But I enjoyed the time at home with my kids as well, because I got to know them a lot better.
Right.
I was able to instill in them some things that perhaps I would not have had the time to do, working a 9 to 5 and coming straight home. You know, it's been a big difference, but it's doable. And I really enjoyed the time. So I guess everybody didn't, because I am hearing a lot of gripes.
Yeah.
They didn't want to come home with their spouses. And I'm like, wow, really?
And you know, it's so crazy to me, because you would think that this pandemic made some people come together. You would think that this racial injustice would cause us to come together. You would think that the coronavirus within itself scared people enough to just, even if I don't like you, we're going to stay in this house. And we're going to,
exactly.
Reggie, how you feel about, what's your advice to these people who don't like their spouse and their children?
I think a lot of times that they don't like themselves.
Exactly.
Sometimes. So I think you got to, like Nicole said, you got to learn to deal with yourself first, you know, and what kind of gripes and hangups you have. But I mean, when you're at the house, I think marriage is about calibration every day. You got to be calibrated. So, you know, you got to make sure that you're operating on all cylinders before you can try to go collaborate with somebody else. So if you're short, then you're not bringing your full piece of the pie to the table. And so marriage is an everyday thing. It's not something that gets on autopilot and it's just, you just go for 50 and 60 years. You have to be in tune with one another, and you have to work on that every day. I mean, every day is not going to be peaches and cream. And I think a lot of people, a lot of times, get in marriages for the wrong reason. You know, and sometimes you find out
it's going to hit the fan.
Right. Sometimes you find out it was a lust thing. I mean, that's I mean, you just caught up with the lust part of it. So what happens when your spouse, you know, happens to get a little bit larger than they were when you got married to them? Then you find out the true meaning of were you really in love with this person, or were you in love with what you see? And so that's the part of dating that people forget too, because you have to date the person. I'm not talking about sex the person every day. I'm talking about you have to date the person, get to know the person, and whether or not you guys line up together and match and equally yoked. So
if y'all have any questions about anything, or like, I'm trying to share your comments and stuff, so I really want, you know, you all to participate. I thank you for joining us for this conversation, because I was shocked at how many people was like, Princess, do you have some advice? And I'm like, advice about what? What's going on? You know, not how to survive the coronavirus, but how can I survive this house? You know, I was like, oh Lord, what's at the house? And they were like, these people. And one lady, she was like, I don't like my husband, I don't like my kids. I realize now, but you can't just go jump off the side of the world. and what don't you like about these kids? You know what I'm saying? What the kids doing to you?
But then your kids.
Right. And they acting like you and whoever you made them with. Like,
everybody's so busy these days, they don't know the kids.
Yep, so true.
But one lady said that she worked 12 hours and her husband worked 12 hours. So by the time they came home, all they had to do was take a bath, you know, like say something to one another and go to bed.
Oh, wow.
Her job sent her to the house to work, and then his job did a temporary layoff. So he had to then come home and be at home. She said, now I'm a quote, he wasn't doing anything to her. She just got disgusted with just looking at him doing nothing.
Wow.
And I'm like, what in the world? You can't fix that. That's something like my husband said, something wrong with you.
Self-check time.
And okay, let me ask y'all this question, each one of you. Do you feel like you know people, you know, kind of like what people are like, and we just ignore those things?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think a lot of people come to us with their representative hat on, and they play for so long, and they're able to discuss. Heck, you got people that can do that for years, and then by the time that they show their true selves, you already have a bond with
You done fell in love.
and
You done fell in love.
you ignoring the red flag. You saw the red flag, but you
know what? I tell my children, if you don't have sex, you'll be able to see clearer.
Right.
What you think?
And that's
because sex will cloud up some stuff.
And good sex really will.
It got to be that. Look, the one is the one in the door, and she is here to tell all the way the truth. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know what? But let me say something about that, because this truth feels hurt. For good sex, folks will ignore all kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
I have been guilty.
Yeah,
and that's the truth. They won't be paying nothing. They won't be doing nothing. They'll just be looking at you, and you'll be satisfied with them just looking at you until it's time to pay a bill or till the lights get cut off or something. And then I'm gonna need somebody. Look, then you're gonna have to be cute. You're gonna have to come in here and looking better than what you've been looking, because something about the lights being off made all my desires kind of Nicole laughs because she know I've been there and done that. You know, something about sleeping on the floor is taking away, all that right there. Okay. All right. So how do you all deal with finding out somebody is racist that you have let your children play with? Like the children are not racist, but you found out that their parents may be racist. Black or white now, because racism is not just on the white people don't like blacks. It's some blacks that don't like blacks. And it's some Asians that don't like, y'all feel me? Okay, so how do we deal with when you find out that somebody that you and your children get along, you find out that their parents are racist? Reggie, you go first this time.
I mean, it's like anything. You don't want your kids around certain things. I mean, and we talked about this before, as far as when you send your kids to school, you don't know what the teacher's doing, what the teacher's putting in the kids or whatnot. So it's the same with the children that the kids hang out with. I mean, kids don't know color. Most kids don't know color. It's the parents that put it in the kids. So if you were to find out that that child's parents are racist, then we would probably have to have a conversation.
They can't go over there no more.
Right. I mean, you
can't
you
go over there
got to
no more.
your child. But you still got to have a conversation with your child, because your child only wants to know. They want to be opinion.
Right.
So that's when you have to really kind of tread kind of lightly and just try to figure out what's the best way and teach your kids and use it as a learning point. That's what I think.
Okay, so Chrissy said, I'll just see what the problem is and talk about it. I think I'm using that. And then Jonathan. Okay, let me use Jonathan right now, y'all. Okay, because people are so judgmental and they make me sick. Jonathan is one of the one knows who I'm talking about. He helps everybody. He is my makeup guru. Like, I haven't gotten to him, but he done set me up real nice on what I need to look like, when I do fix my face up. I have my eyelashes looking like I got some fake ones on, and I don't. But people come at him, he's a gay activist. He shares everything with people, whatever. And a lot of people mistreat him or come after people like him because they don't understand something, or they real saved, sanctified people, the Holy Ghost, and they don't whatever. To me, that's a form of racism. What y'all think?
I agree.
Definitely discrimination, racism, all of the above.
And then as children of God, we like to, clean fish and do all kind of stuff like that. But I just feel like you're supposed to love the people. So let's use that situation right there. You find out, because I found out Nicole knows Sean. Sean was gay the whole time, even though he tried to hide as much as he could. You know what I'm saying? But what does somebody not know? Y'all ready? what does how somebody act have anything to do with us if it is not affecting our lives?
It's affecting somebody we know.
Yeah. So okay, let's say Princess and Jonathan is good, friends, right? And then I bring him around, the kids or something, and the coach say, "Oh no, he can't come back around no more."
Mm.
Like, how do we handle that? Because that's a person.
Right. But it should be easy just to keep them apart if they're not friends, they're just with you every once in a while. I think it's important to talk to that friend about what's going on, because it's possible that they don't realize what they're doing. I think you just point out what we should do, point out what's not good or what's wrong. And I mean, it should not be a problem if the only connection is you and they're only meeting like 1 or 2 times.
Okay, Nicole.
I don't know. For me, I have been in a situation as such, and I'm with Dawn. It's more like keeping them separate if it's all at all possible, but also sitting both parties down and explaining, I love each of you for what you are and who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys can't tolerate one another, perhaps you all need to be the separate parties that are able to, because I love both of y'all. And I'm not going to change my friendships with anyone because of you placing judgment upon the other person.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just that type of straightforward person. Don't come. If he's going to be around, he coming. And if you don't want to be around him, don't come.
Yeah, don't be bothered.
Point blank, period.
Because again, we're teaching our children stuff. That's what I'm saying. We're teaching our children what is against the word of God, and that is to love somebody. And you never know what people are going through. And it's not, like I said, it's just not racism when it comes to color. It's racism when it comes to people being different. It's racism when it comes to what we're uncomfortable with. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the part that bothers me. A lot of people try to take it out of context to say that you're agreeing with it. That's not agreeing with what they're doing.
I'm just
That's
loving
accepting them as a person and
yes,
loving them for who they are. That's what that is.
Yes. And I'm go ahead, Rich.
No, and I just think I see a lot of people talking about judging, and that's exactly right. We're in a judgmental society. Everybody judges everybody. We have no place to judge anybody.
Because you could be a hoe in the dark and gay in the light. And what's different?
And we're all.
What is the difference?
Everybody has something. And
yeah.
I think a lot of people, we just think that we're just better than other people, and we're just no better than nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We all fall short, and we all got our own hangups, our own issues. But just because you may not like a particular thing, that does not give you the right to kind of go against that particular person. And so, like everybody's saying, we should love everybody. I love everybody. I don't really care about, that's their business. So I'm not going to sit and just like a person because of what they do. So you got to really think about, it's not the person that you had a hang up with. I mean, it's the thing that they're doing that you had to hang up with. But the person is the person. So you still have to love them and show them love, because you want the same thing back.
Yeah.
And so, like my sister-in-law said, everybody gets uncomfortable. And so when they get uncomfortable, they start acting a little crazy. And so, I had a situation like that in the military where a guy, he was uncomfortable with what was going on, and he didn't want to be a part of it. But what he was doing was really tagging himself as somewhat like an equal opportunity violator. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, so this could have costed him his career, but he just didn't think about that because he was so hung up on what the people were doing versus the people.
Okay, my next question to you all, and this is to the audience also. And then Jonathan said let me just share. He said, I keep my personal issues to myself with certain things. Yes. And that, to me, I'm going to have Jonathan on the show because I want him to talk about some things with me. anyway, what I wanted to go to now is, what do you do when you find out? We did with the find out a person is racist, okay, and then we did when you find out that the spouse or somebody, we really ain't feeling one another or whatever, right? But you gotta stay. You can't go nowhere. You gotta stay there. You can't go nowhere. Like, because most of the people are dependent upon, not mean, you know, I have to leave people. I don't have that problem. Nicole and all
right. Right.
But I'm talking about what happens when, okay, you don't like the kids. You can't get rid of the kids.
Okay.
Right. And then when you don't like the husband, we just don't get a divorce. Like, y'all help me today.
I mean, I think that's time for self-evaluation. That's a personal thing. You got to dig a little deeper into you to see what's wrong with you, because these people have existed for so long in your life, and for a situation as such that should be bringing you closer to your family members to bring you apart, yeah, you might need to call the hotline. You need some help.
Yeah, get some
It's time to get some self-help.
Yeah, get some help. Reggie, like, if you ain't like me, what you gonna do?
Love you anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
That's my brother. That's my brother.
No, but I mean, it's like Nicole said. I mean, you got to get some help. I mean, a lot of people don't want help though. I mean, it's like, I mean,
they don't know what's doing.
I don't agree with people. I do believe in seeking God and praying, and you know, in that case, but I mean, you still have to survey whether it's healthy that you stay together. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just the whole point. But I do feel like you got to put an effort in trying to figure out what the issue is, rather than just run, you know. But I feel like, you know, at times it is probably more beneficial for you to separate if need be.
Right.
Depending on the situation.
Yeah, because some of y'all like, something was in there, and I feel like this is Prince's personal opinion. When somebody stays with you because of something you're capable of doing or something you have or whatever, that's using somebody. And I think that's wrong.
Right.
I think for people to be saying, well, I stay with them because of stability. They good to me, you know, as far as bills and stuff go, but they ain't gonna never get none, and I ain't going nowhere with them. Right. You know, all of that. I think that
again, that's because people marry for the wrong reasons.
Right.
You know, and it's sad today that we're so caught up with, I guess, materialistic things and what people can do for me versus what I can do for somebody else. You know, and that's when you got love in the middle of the whole thing. It's built on love, not all this superficial stuff. And so I just think that the world in itself has put a bad label on marriage, you know, and they've lost that it's the institution under God. And so,
because you can't just quit your job. I just thought about that. You can't just quit your job at them people unless you're going to go find, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might have to wait and look for a job. Like, you can't just walk out. Can't. Right. Yeah. Oh, y'all racist. I'm done. You know, I'm done. Right.
Yeah.
And just going to the job. Well, I'm just asking y'all. You know what I'm saying? People gonna be like, "Well, I just quit," and then you're gonna be hungry or something. You got to put some plans in place or something.
Yeah.
Tay asked us a question: what happens if one spouse is built on love and another has a hidden agenda?
Then that's one of those times where if you can't get no help or get no better, then you know what you need to do.
Oh, I ain't fighting. I'm running.
Yeah,
it looked like I was fighting.
I mean, that's vindictiveness. That's just
right.
It's superficial.
To go and stay.
Right, and you know, it's just sad, like you said, like my sister said, Lotte. I mean, it's like unfortunately, you do have people like that. I mean, they just have their own little thing going on behind the scenes, and then all of a sudden, bam, they'll just pop it on you. You figure it out, but some people you just can't help. I mean, you just got to go. I mean, that's why I said I'm not gonna be one that's like, oh, you got to stay married for the rest of your life. No, you have to be happy first,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you have to be in a loving and healthy relationship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so that's what marriage is built upon.
Tay said you said her government name, Reggie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tay, just say
Tay,
Tay.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Okay. We lost Nicole. She may come back, she may not. Okay. Give me a time that you found out that somebody was not who you think they are. Give me a time. Now, Reggie has a really good time, but he got a couple of good times.
What?
When you thought when you found out that person was not who you thought they was.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
He got a lot of them.
Not a lot.
Okay, Dewan, you go first. Dewan, you go first.
I am bad. When I say I have to constantly pray for the spirit of discernment because I want to trust everybody because I expect people to be like me.
Uh-oh.
So I've been disappointed several times, and I can't, you know, somebody that I had gone out the way for, and they said that they would be there down with me, just friends. I give up stuff, I sacrifice, and then when it was time for the tables to be turned, they were nowhere around.
Yeah.
Okay, Reggie.
I mean, I have a lot of personal examples. I won't go into those. I just put them all into one thing. What I found out, and this is being truly transparent, after my divorce, I was not healthy mentally. And so it kind of put a block or a fog in my mind and did not allow me to see things clearly.
Okay.
And so that's why I say you have to make sure that you are in the right place before you go seeking what you want in love or what you think you want in love, because you're not gonna be able to see, you're not focused. And so, like I said, being transparent for I was divorced for about 5-6 years. And those were some treacherous 5 or 6 years, I'm telling you, when it came to the dating game.
Don't help somebody.
And see, my wife, she knows the stories because they're kind of funny now. But back then, like I say, hindsight 2020, looking back, I was not in the right mind frame to be trying to select somebody when it came to a relationship. And so I just think a lot of times we go in relationships and it does happen where you just don't know people. You know, you didn't take that time to spend time with them, but you took time to do other things rather than building. Like you just don't go out and build a house without a foundation. So in building that foundation is rough. It's hard. You got to get it right. Got to get it level. Got to make sure everything's calibrated. So a lot of times in a relationship, we don't do that though. We'll jump straight to building without putting that foundation in there.
Preach. Yes.
So look, my crazy self, y'all know I'm a little special. I be calling people out. Like I need help. Cause I be like, you lied, you told me, you lied. Like I just be bringing up folks stuff. Like if you tell me that you gonna be, a such and such way or whatever, let me add Nicole. Hold on. Let me add her back. Like if you tell me, she's not on there. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me. I see Nicole, but I gotta add her. Okay, let's try this. Okay, there we go. So Nicole, we're talking about the time when, and I'm gonna answer, and then that way you can think. We're talking about a time when you found out the person is not who. They said, what was my question? I forgot my question. I know my answer.
The person is not who you thought they were.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, a name or time. Yeah. Like give an example. So for me, like I said, when I would date somebody, I would be catching them in lies. So like our conversations would be like, they'll be like, I work for such and such. I said, well, what you do over there? Like when my dating stuff, I did really like this. I said, what do that mean? Huh? Why you say that? Like I asked a whole bunch of questions And when somebody is lying, I'm gonna tell y'all a trick. When somebody is lying, they start doing all kind of stuff. Like, you know, they get real uncomfortable at the table. So while you eating your salad, you say, how much you make a year? You know, like that. And then later on, when they say they can't afford their car note, but you say you make that much a year. You see what I'm saying? Like, you just keep on sliding in this stuff. And then you'll find out if folks telling y'all the truth right away. Because somebody asks you for, you know, some money to pay their rent, you know, and they talking about they make $60,000 a year. That's telling you already that they got money problems. Ain't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, if we go out to eat and you tell me we're gonna go to such and such a restaurant, right? Okay, I got one. When I took Reggie on to his first birthday, y'all get ready to laugh. And then Nicole, you next. For Reggie's first birthday, okay, we were dating. I was a single mother with 3 kids. Okay. Reggie picked me up and then we went to his mom's house.
I didn't find this out until later. Okay.
I was taking Reggie to Papa Do's. I had saved up $130. Okay. I saved it up for December the 8th, which is his birthday. They was at his mama's house talking, and she was like, I'm gonna go with y'all. No, wait. Then when we got to the
I don't know any of this.
Then when we got to the restaurant, here they go, y'all. Everything. Want everything. Right. We ain't never been there before. Like them two had never been there before. Okay. So I'm like, I got Reggie and me, and Reggie can get him a dessert. Like, so let me tell you what they did to me. They was like, let's get appetizers. And the girl start right now. Then she come back, Reggie, you gonna try the platter? What? No platters. Look, and no platters, okay? Then they brought that dessert tray around. Am I lying, Reggie?
Oh, you know,
they brought this dessert around, and they both on a dessert.
In defense of my mama, we did not know that we was on the button.
I ain't know we would take care of everybody. That's what I'm saying. I ain't know. I know I can pay for Reggie and Prince and that dessert.
Oh.
So instead of me being honest at the table, my blood pressure going up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I can't eat. I can't eat my food. I can't eat the little bit of stuff that I order because I ain't ordering the whole plate because now I gotta be adding up everything. Oh. So after that, guess what I did? Reggie will tell you I'm not lying. I came in there, I was like, listen, this is how much I make a month. This is what I got. These children need A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Period. I can't do no more for you. I can't add no more food. And that's, I promise you, wasn't I like that? And I was like, I'm sorry. And Jesus had to help me with the total because the total came up to be $117. Then we got to still try to get this girl a tip, and she looking for $400. Okay, Nicole, your turn.
Lord, have mercy. I had never heard that story all these years. Okay. So for me, it was more on a friendship level. It's a friendship level for me. This may be taking things on a whole nother level, but we as Black women love to see one another. I want to put it politically correct, but we don't like to help each other out. We don't like to be on, you know what I'm saying, helping each other grow, motivating each other. We don't like it. So we step into the scene where we want to be competitive with one another. I'm not competing with you. I'm your friend, baby. I'm here to help you if you need help. We're going to have each other's back. We're women. We're there to support one another. So don't call me, like you said, next week talking about you need help with your rent because you just told me that you're a business owner. You're an entrepreneur, baby. You're not working nobody 9 to 5, you know, and you're making, 6 figures a year. Well, why you can't pay your mortgage? Why you can't pay your rent?
Well, what are we telling
that don't even matter when it comes to friendship, though. That shouldn't even cross our territories. That shouldn't even cross our mouths. That shouldn't even be a part of what our friendship is based on.
Right,
but I'm finding it more so than not. Me being a woman in my 30s, almost 40 years old, we are competitive as ever. It's really bad. It's bad. So finding out that someone isn't who they say they are, oh yeah, that's happening more than often.
I can't keep no friends long. Jesus. And my children don't have no god mamas.
Well, I understand the concept, but they got their auntie. But I understand the concept of the less, the better. That actually plays into life right about now. Yeah. Nobody wants to compete with you. We're not competing.
Because there's some people that I have had to cut off because they have an issue with me supporting people that don't support me. I'm like, I'm the victim here. Why do you have a problem? Let me ask that question to y'all. Are you around people that have a problem with you being something that you are that they don't like?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
What about you, Rich?
What do you mean?
Like, people have an issue with like me being myself. You know what I'm saying? So people will cut me off because they don't like that I may be blunt or that I may, be nonchalant when it comes to certain things. So they'll be like, well, you don't care. It's not that I don't care. I just don't act the same way, right? I don't respond. My husband will tell you I don't respond to things like the average person sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to death and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the same as some other people. So I think that comes with like, you don't care. You act like you don't care. And I'd be like, I do care. Did you get to know me? To know? Okay, what's the best way to get to know somebody? Y'all, it's 7:46. Y'all ready? What's the best way to get to know somebody?
Have a conversation. Have a conversation and at the same time sit back and observe. Because somebody can talk you to death and be totally different from what they say. That like people that say, oh man, I know somebody that swear up and down. They don't lie. And oh my God, they were the biggest lie. But that's for Tuesday.
Okay. Yes, that's for Tuesday show. We're gonna talk about volunteering lies on Tuesday. Okay. Reggie, your turn then.
Well, I see somebody already said. I mean, I just say you got to spend time with them. A lot of time.
But how much time y'all need? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you don't need no 24 hours a day time, but you just need it. Well, okay, let me put you spend quality time. How about that? With someone, not just time, quality time.
Because we can spend time in the bedroom.
In the bedroom.
Not that, okay.
No. Quality time where you get to know somebody and know them for truly who they are. And that guess what? That takes time. A lot of people, we try to move forward so fast, you don't have time. Yep. And then you're mad a year later when it's not the person that you thought it was. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to spend quality time. That person. And then like Nicole said, you always still have to spend time with yourself though throughout that time. So to make sure you're still clear and focused on what you want. And if you don't try to make something fit. Like you can't put a square in a circle, a circle in a square. You got to make sure everything is on the level. Okay. And if it's not, then be able to step away. Step away.
Nicole, do you think people change?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Your needs, your wants. There's a lot of changing over the years. So that's where it plays in the maturity level that you have to bring to the platform, whether it's a friendship or a relationship, to understand that someone's needs have changed. Somebody's wants have changed. And you need to be able to accommodate and acclimate to those needs in every area.
That's it.
Got to.
I mean, if you're truly into the marriage for the right reason,
or friendship, whatever,
or the friendship or whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you got to be able to change it. If y'all are true friends, then you will accept that. Be able to talk about it, because it's not. People in a relationship, you got to figure out it's not about you; it's about the other person. So you're there to try to make the other person. If you do that for each other, then everybody should be good. I'm here to serve you. You're here to serve me, so we can actually have a good relationship and good marriage or whatever. You know, it's about the other person, not yourself.
I normally have lopsided friendships. Like one person just give a whole bunch of their whole life and their whole self. And like I always been the kind of person my husband can say, he used to tell me don't answer the phone sometimes. Because I'm the person that people like to vent to.
Yep.
But then if I need somebody to talk to, I'll just be
You got nobody. Yep.
like,
Living witness to that one.
Look,
But you know what? I am so good with blocking people out.
okay.
So good.
You
And
know
my
I am.
dad tell me that I do it too fast, but I have to think about me mentally, me emotionally. So I have no problem blocking people out. And as far as you two are married, I'm single, and I was so used to jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship that I forgot to grow as an individual. So now I'm at a point where I'm at a season where I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be married, but I have to be very careful with these people, the representatives that come forward. And I think because I've met so many representatives, I'm extremely cautious.
Yeah. And you have to be these days.
Right.
I mean, especially these days, because you just don't know what you're dealing with. I mean, it's just so much stuff out there to deal with, you know, and I commend you for even saying, look, I know that I don't want to be married. I don't want to be in none of this stuff. Because sometimes you do have to do that. You got to take a hiatus.
Right.
And take care of yourself.
Right.
You know?
I also think when learning people, you got to hear what they're not saying.
Yep.
You got to pay attention because some of us can really act really well. I'm talking about like we can get some Grammys and some Oscars and some what's the other stuff? Yeah, we can get all of that. And it's because we don't like ourselves. And I don't understand that part, but I've been there. I didn't like myself enough to appreciate what Princess brings to the relationship. Reggie and I are going to talk about that on June the 23rd. I jump on the bed still. I have not one problem with what Reggie think about it. You know, I get on Reggie's nerves. I have not one problem and don't have any intentions on stopping in Jesus' name. Because I want him to see all the princes. That way, when I lose any sense I might have, you know, you never know where you're going to head with, you know, illness and sickness. That way, he would have already dealt with the crazy side of me.
And you know what? I mean, that brings up a good point. You should want to see all of it.
Show me everything.
I mean, you can make an informed decision on whether you want to be there or you want to go.
Or not.
You know, don't show me no fake stuff. You know, and I make a joke. Okay, so when me and Princess first started dating, and I guess that'll be on our thing too, right?
No, you can say it now because somebody might not be able to come.
I was here in Fayetteville and she was in Atlanta. So it was almost like, and I hate to put it like this, but it was almost like weekend dating. Because I would jump in the truck or jump on a plane and I'm in Atlanta for the weekend and I'm back up here. So it's a lot of stuff that we didn't see about each other
during the week.
So it's
like my struggle with my pocket.
So, you know, we took time, we dated enough. And we dated, you know, along a while, but it wasn't you still didn't get the whole picture because it was, you know, a weekend thing. So it was a lot of things that when we first got married, it was kind of rough, kind of rocky because it was like, I didn't see that. It's like, whoa, what? You know? And so that's what I mean about, but you have to be willing to grow, to learn, and to accept that your spouse is not like you. And I mean, and I'll be transparent again. For me, I wanted somebody like Reggie. I wanted somebody like me. And so I had to learn and grow that wasn't the right way to be. And so Again,
Because
we'll
I
talk
was
about that
bucking.
later. Yeah,
I was
we'll talk
bucking
about
against
that.
the system.
We'll talk about that later, but still, I mean, you just have to be willing to see the whole picture and be big enough to accept the whole picture.
Right.
And so that you can make a decision. Don't get upset about it. Just take it, see it, be observant, be discerning, and then you just go from there.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all see if y'all have any last words. We're coming down. It's 7:55. DeJuan, when you give your last words, please share with us your business, because your business is what we're gonna feature tonight. And Nicole, whatever your words are, and then Reggie, yours, and then I'll close out. About this topic, finding out that you don't know. What's the topic, y'all? I forgot. Finding out people are not who they say they are. Okay, there you go. Okay.
Pray for the spirit of discernment and listen to it. Listen to it. We have our intuition for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to our inner selves. That would be my last words.
Okay, and what's your business?
I have Sassy Soul Soy Bath Luxuries. I make candles for the skin, ambience. I make ambience. I make sugar scrubs. I make linen spray. I make body slushes. Everything for your skin. Everything is natural. And I'm also an author with a debut book. My debut book was Beautiful Mistake. And now I'm coming with a sequel, Beautiful Disaster.
Okay, thank her. Okay, Nicole?
Well, let me see. My last thoughts would be when you truly find out who you are is when you need to seek looking outside of who you are, what you want. Set the tone. Know who you are and go for it. You'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know.
Mm-hmm.
You'll know.
Yes.
Amen. Get the tone now. Yeah.
I piggyback off my sister-in-law, Miss Nicole.
They twins, y'all.
No,
That's my brother.
somebody once told me you have to learn to live with yourself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay, and so you have to first do that, and don't be afraid to do that. Take your time, relax.
Mm-hmm.
You have time. Stop rushing into all these relationships, and that could be friendships, it can be marriages or whatnot, without being first informed and being observant of what you see.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay, my grandmama used to say, if you don't like yourself, why do you expect somebody else to like you?
Right.
That is what Big Mama used to say to us. She was straight, blunt about it. So I have to tie in what everybody else is saying. I think that when you find out, if you keep attracting all of that, if you keep on attracting the same, I kept getting tongue tied, the same kind of people, more than likely it's not the people. Okay. If you
You are the common denominator.
Yeah. So when I was having raggedy relationships and stuff, and when I wasn't shocked that people were who they were. Now that part I have to give myself credit for. I wasn't shocked when people bust out with the bad, because for some reason I expected people to be crazy, or expect people to be lying to me. So really, I was in relationship searching for the truth the whole time. So I went on a mission. I want you to take everything that everybody said tonight. These are real people. We're going to do real shows, and you're going to be a part of these shows to help truth really heal hurt. Because when you ignore the truth, okay, you're going to have a hard time. I'm telling you, a hard time getting to the healing place and where you enjoy life, where you're peaceful with the things that are around you, where you let people be who they are and you are who you are. And so I think that this was much needed. We're not going to tell you how to get out of your marriage. We're not going to tell you how to leave your children somewhere. Okay. We're not going to do all that. We want you to take a self-reflection, right? Everybody, we want you to look at yourself, and we want you to see why it is that I'm having this problem, because I'm the one with the complaint.
Right.
I'm the one with the complaint. So why am I having this problem? And why can't we get along? How come some races can live 15 in a house and some of us can't live 2 in a house? Amen.
Yeah.
It's
Amen.
a reason. It's a reason because everybody's looking at something different. If you're dealing with racism, we're going to pray that God would lead and guide you on the words to say to these people that are racist. We're not supposed to be out here cutting up as children of God. And if your children come to you saying something, we hope that you won't respond immediately, you know, like parents do, and try to have come to Jesus meetings more. Okay, because they will get us some salvation or whatever. We thank you all for tuning in to the show tonight. Thank you, Nicole.
You're most welcome, my sister.
Thank you, Dewan.
You're welcome. I needed this.
And then thank you
I
to
did too, Dewan.
Reggie.
thank you to my husband. And Dewan and I are going to talk on Tuesdays. Y'all better come on and join us about volunteering lies. What you tell that lie for? Like, we didn't even ask you for that.
I ain't even ask you.
We didn't even ask you for that. No, we're gonna talk about it Tuesday. Okay, y'all have a blessed night. If you missed the show or just joining in, it's gonna be on YouTube. Go on over there. Y'all have a good day. Good night.
Bye, everybody. Good night.
Good night.